Good morning and welcome to this week's vlog. Well, my name's Julie from salessewunique and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. I am most active on Instagram. I have an Etsy shop where I sell project bags, notion pouches, knitting jewellery, things like that, excuse me. And I also have a website where I sell fabric and sewing related things, quilting related things, and at the moment we've got a yarn sale on there. So I am clearing out the yarn in my shop because it's been half fabric, haberdashery and half yarn and I've decided the time's come to stop selling the yarn. So the yarn is basically going to be half price and there'll be some on the website and the bits and pieces will probably just go on eBay. So I'm going to be kept pretty busy for a while because basically while we're in lockdown I've got sort of like 6 weeks to try and clear the yarn out of the shop. So that's a task in itself. Anyhow, I'm just enjoying a nice double choc mocha in my mug. It's quite cold today. I woke up to a hard frost and fog. So I'm just so grateful that I've not had to go out to work today, that I can stay at home. Kevin's had to go out to work in this. I think it took him about 10 minutes to de-ice his van this morning because I could hear him. Anyhow, well, I suppose I can probably say now I've got a little bit of exciting news. I've got something arriving a bit later on. Well, it'll be tomorrow actually, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Well, it's something that I ordered, and as it's a special birthday this year for me, a very special birthday, I decided that I would have a combined sort of Christmas and birthday present, but obviously it didn't turn up before Christmas because they emailed me and said it was out of stock and it would be like at that time next year, January sometime, end of January I think it was, and I was absolutely gutted. And I did say to them that I was gutted because it's listed as in stock on the website and it's like, oh no. And then when I've been looking online and looking at other shops, some of them have said end of February and I'm like, no, I can't believe this. Anyhow, I got this lovely phone call of his lovely man this morning from GUR Sewing, and we were on the phone a while and it's actually arrived. So he says I'm quite lucky because some of these machines, as you can say, are not going to be in stock until April. So yes, and he's going to post it out today, so I will get it tomorrow so I can share with you. So obviously now I've said it's a machine, you know, it's not quite so much of a surprise, but I will share with you what kind of machine it is when it arrives tomorrow. So I'm really excited. And I said to him, you've made my day, so I'm really happy. And there's another box coming as well from them, which contains stabiliser and some threads as an apology and a thank you, really. So I thought that was very nice. And there's also something else coming, a table, which that's good, but that'll come separately because that's not in stock yet, which is not going to stop me from using it, is it? So yes. Right, now I'm going to get on with a bit of cross stitch. I'm having my hour now. Some weeks just don't go to plan, do they? I don't know, it's been one of those weeks this week. Started off really well. I've been really good making lists each day, what I wanted to do, and ticking it off. I'm really proud of myself for actually making a list and sticking to it, and I got quite a bit done. Anyhow, as you know, I was expecting a new machine, which, if you can see there, she's sat in the corner. She arrived on Friday, and for some reason on Thursday I ended up with a bad bag. Hadn't done anything, no reason, just happened. So Friday the machine arrived and this massive box only just fit through my front door, and we've not got a small front door, so of course pulled it in. Couldn't get around the box to shut the front door, so I had to shout Jake down to come and shut the door and give me a hand. Anyhow, we slided it in, unpacked it. I haven't done an unboxing video because basically I don't have room for anything like that. Not for this box anyhow. We unpacked the machine, got it out of its packaging. All the packaging is sat in front of the front door at the moment. So Adele and Jake brought the machine out into my sewing room, and we was going to put it in the corner just here next to where I'm sat, which would have been perfect for it, but I've got shelves all the way around my room, and it didn't fit, did it? Because you have to put like an arm on that where the thread goes through, and it was in the way of the shelf. Didn't think of that, did I? So I ended up having to clear all my worktop off this area where my other machine was set, and take the big shelf down that was here. You can see where the stabilizer is. That is the big shelf that was lower down. Had to take that down, all the things off it, and I couldn't actually get out past where I'm sat now because I'd blocked myself in and my back was playing up, so I couldn't move. Luckily the machine, I managed to manoeuvre it from one end of the worktop down to the other, which it was okay. I did struggle a little bit at the far end, which I shouldn't have really tried to move it, but I did, and I think I've suffered ever since really. Anyhow, I did that, got it all set up, so it's quite happy there. Got Jake down eventually when I could get out. We got the shelf put back up. I put the little shelf that's there, you can just see it where my finger is. Well, that shelf was sort of down there, so that's gone up, so I've still got my shelves. Put my embroidery machine and all that back on the worktop. Spent the rest of the evening putting everything away, because obviously having to get stuff off the worktop and off the shelf, I made a bit of a mess in here. So I got all that tidied up and had a play with the machine, and it stitches quite well, and it's quite fast because it's like a sort of semi-industrial one. It's a lot faster than my Genome. There's lots of hoops, lots of small hoops. I think that's one of the things that swung me towards a brother, because I've never really had a brother sewing machine before, or embroidery. Oh no, I tell a lie, I think my first embroidery machine might have been a brother, but that was a long time ago, probably when Adele was a baby, actually, thinking about it. So yeah, and because it looks like a multi-needle, because the throat is just like a thin arm, so you can do bags, t-shirts, Converse, trainer things like that, with just these little hoops at that front end, which that's why I wanted it. Couldn't really afford a multi-needle one, not at the minute anyhow. I think because we're talking into the thousands of pounds for multi-needles, and it's not an option at the moment. Maybe one day I would really like a multi-needle one, but yeah, maybe eventually. So I thought, oh, Saturday I had to come out here and have a play. Saturday and Sunday, it'd be brilliant. I ended up with, my back got worse on Saturday. I ended up basically sat on the settee, plumped up with cushions, hot water bottle on my back, paracetamols, several cups of tea, feet up, that was it. And I was in pain, and I thought, you know, there's no point in me going and trying to do things when I can't. I might as well just rest my back and leave it at that. So I found the heat rub out, so I managed to get some of that on, and I had that on Sunday, so it smelt the house out. So nobody was impressed because I couldn't find my mortar roll that doesn't smell. But today it feels a lot better because it's Monday today, and I went down to the shop today. I mean, my intention was to go down to the shop today and sort of reorganise the fabric and update my eBay shop with the fabrics that I've got on there, but that would have meant clambering up on a stool to get some of the fabrics down, and then the weight of the fabrics, I just thought, you know, it's not worth the risk. I don't want to upset me back anymore. And I could feel it sort of twinging as I was sort of coming back up, so it's a good job I didn't stay down there. So I think unless I have to go down the shop this week, I'm probably not. I'm probably just going to stay at home and just be careful what I do, really. Lots of crafting time now. So yes, that's basically what I've been doing. So I had hoped to sort of share the machine, but I am going to do a little bit of embroidery today, so I will share what I'm doing. Had planned on having a shop update this week, but no chance of that because I haven't actually been able to do anything. What else have I been up to? Well, if you remember, before Christmas I was reading this book by Sarah Morgan, One More for Christmas, and I finished it the other night and it was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. I know, I think my tastes have changed a little bit. I mean, I still like my murder mysteries with the crafting, but it's getting them on Kindle at the minute. It's the problem. So I've been reading books like this and really loved it. Really engaging story. So if you've not read it, I would get yourself a copy and have a read. I mean, and it's not too Christmassy. That's the nice thing. The story is set before Christmas, and then obviously the end bit is a little bit more Christmassy, but it was really good. Really enjoyed it. So I had to find another book to read before I went to bed, because I tend to read paperbacks when I go to bed and I use my Kindle the rest of the time. Now this book was in a package that I got from Dawn. Hello Dawn. Lovely book this is, and this is called Christmas at the Cat Cafe, and it's all about cats, and obviously this cafe, and the main cat is called Molly and it's Molly's cafe, and it's through the eyes of the cats, not the humans, which is something completely different to what I've ever read before, but it's really good. And I only started it last night, and I've read, I don't know if you can say, I've read 15 chapters. I'm halfway through the book already. I just couldn't put it down. It's really good. Really lovely it, because like I say, it's about cats, and there's all the kittens in there, and the dad cat, and he's an alley cat, and yeah. So yeah, loving that. So I don't think it'll be too long before I finish this. So that is good. Really loving that. On the knitting front, my sock knitting, I've got nothing to share with you this week, I'm afraid, because I haven't done any knitting. No, I've just not had time, and of course, with my back playing up, Saturday and that, I just didn't feel like knitting at all. So no, that was out of the question. I have been doing cross stitch though, apart from Saturday, I think Saturday. Yeah, Saturday I didn't do anything. I've actually managed my hour a day. I did more on Sunday, so I've sort of made up for missing Saturday really. And instead of sitting in my sewing room doing my cross stitch, I've taken it back inside up into the bedroom on my computer desk, and I've got a nice comfortable chair upstairs, so that sort of helped my back, so I didn't really have too much of a problem last night. And yeah, I'll show you how far I've got. I actually achieved what I wanted to this week with the cross stitch. I've lost my needle minder as well. So there is Peter Rabbit. I managed to get his head finished. Now this here, this one, do you know, when it comes to cross stitch, I can't count to save my life. Really can't. I don't know. It all goes to pot. I had to unpick that ear yesterday, and I was really cross with myself because I'd made a mistake. I wore one line out, and yeah, I had to unpick it, but I unpicked it. Then I got my pinks mixed up for some reason, and I don't know how I managed that because I usually mark the colour with what symbol it is, and I've done that wrong, so God knows where my head was. Anyhow, I managed to get it finished last night. I must have spent a good 2 hours faffing around with it, but it's turned out really well. There's quite a lot of shading on the face, and it did take a while to do, so that's taken several hours. It really has. So I'm on the daffodil now. So see, my aim this week is to get the daffodil finished, and then it's just a duck, another duck and another egg. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I mean, looking at it from here, it looks really good. I'm really happy with that, and I can't wait to get the outline on there. So yeah, so this should all be ready for Easter this year, which is fantastic. What else have we been doing? Well, this next part is not anything to do with me, but as you know, we do a bit of sublimation, and I'd said to Adele about doing it on some hearts, some ceramic hearts, because I'd seen some nice things online and I wanted one for a present. But where we normally buy our sublimation things from, because we've got a sublimation warehouse not far from us, but they're not open at the minute, and a lot of the sublimation places are very low on stock. But Adele managed to find some hearts online, and so they came the other day. They came Saturday, yeah. So she decided to have a play and got the heat press out and everything. So, but when you come to do these things, it is trial and error to start with. So you can get quite a few, well, Adele had quite a few breakages actually. But, you know, it's getting your pressure right, the timing, the heat setting. There's lots of things to take into consideration. So you do get quite a bit of waste to start with. But once you've cracked it, you've got it. And of course, the hearts they are ceramic, but they are quite thin. And I think we need a different kind of mat. But anyhow, out of everything she did, I will put a picture in here, so you can see all the breakages. But I actually got one, and it's really nice. I absolutely love it. And it's got Mum on. Now, I think this is one of Adele's watercolours. I think. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it is. But it's absolutely gorgeous because it's the Scottish thistle, and I absolutely love it. So this is the one that turned out right. She did try to do the Scottish tomties, but I think the pressure was wrong on that one because the bottom of it printed out beautifully, but up here it was a little bit pale, so that wasn't right. But yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous. Whoops. So this is hung on my little tree in the front room now. Absolutely love it. So I'm hoping that maybe a bit later on this year we'll be able to start putting sublimation products into both our shops. I mean, Adele will be doing a lot more than I will be doing, and hers will be as well on commission basis because she can offer personalisation and everything. Mine's going to be more for like when she designs something for me, if I put a kit together, there'll be something like that in with it probably. So I'm only going to be probably doing a few. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that, really excited about that because it's something new to add to both our shops, which is brilliant. What else am I doing? I think that's everything I've got to show you actually this week. Yes, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to do a little bit of machine embroidery on the new machine, put it through its paces today while I've got a little bit of free time. Yeah, so if they work out, these are going to be going in my shop probably next week. because I'm going to be very careful what I do this week to look after my back. So I'll catch you on a little bit later on. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little look into the embroidery on the new machine. It's all very exciting. Still a lot to learn, but I will get there. I've got one little issue with it though. When you come to thread your needle, it's automatic. So you press this button and it'll thread the needle and cut the thread. Unfortunately, excuse me, it's not doing that. It's there's an error message keeps popping up on the machine and it turns the screen off. So then I have to turn the machine off, turn it back on, start again. So I don't use it while I'm stitching and changing colours because I'll lose my design, I have to start again. So I need to go and have a look in the manual to see what the problem is and if there's anything I can do. Otherwise it looks like the shop's going to be getting a phone call off me. I don't know, there's always something. Anyhow, I will share with you on the next vlog what I actually make, because I don't think I've really got time to do any more stitching for this vlog, to be honest, because it's tea time now and I need to go and get the tea on. And I actually want to do some cross stitching then. And I'm really sort of getting a bit obsessed about Peter Rabbit and I just want to get cracking on it. So I hope everybody's had a lovely crafty week this week. And I hope you're all keeping busy, keeping safe. And yeah, so I will see you all again next week. So take care everyone and bye for now.